I just want to move on now and talk a couple of things. New products. Met a very interesting company recently, Brightview Technologies, new manufacturer. They are based in Birmingham, and we've had a look at some of their products, and some of them are absolutely excellent. They've got standalone displays, easy op network displays, which means that you can control everything. A lot of these that we're putting out there, they're literally plug and play. So we've got end users or integrators, I know, listening, doing it. We're looking at interactive kiosks. They do also outdoor displays and digital information displays, and they also do a full range of LEDs. So British manufacturer, and well worth looking at if you are in the market for screens. And also, as I say, the media players as well that we're doing. Quick thing about changing legislation. There's talk going on at the moment from the Department of Culture, Media and Sport about removing the sort of red tape. What's this going to mean is that there's going to be new opportunities for media operators out there. It's in a public consultation at the moment, and as you can see down here, the comment was, we see no reason why recorded music needs to be licensed and have. I just want to do a couple of polls now. So we talked a little bit about NFC. I want to get get your feedback on this. Yeah, some interesting results coming in. There's obviously nobody thinks it's going to be, oh yeah, we've got 2%, 1% I should say, it's got down to now. So everybody thinks it's at least sort of, majority of people think it's at least 2 years away, and a third of us think it's going to be something that's going to start happening next year. So that's quite interesting. We've got well over 100 people here who actually are online at the moment, about 200 and odd registered from about 30 odd different countries. Okay, so the majority of people here have been in the business for quite a while. And one interesting question here. What's more important in digital signage? And here we go. So it looks like there's, majority of people think they're equally important. So we'll move on now. Couple of things. McDonald's have, in the US, are preparing to roll out the first large screen network in its restaurants. I bring this up because there's quite a few people who've registered for the webinar who come from that particular industry. And I also bring it up because I know we've got quite a number of integrators, and this is something that potentially you should be making your customers aware of who are in that particular industry, and because certainly this is the way it's going to go. We're going to keep abreast of some of the developments out there and see how it goes on. Just a little bit of tittle-tattle. For those of you who are not aware, CBS Outdoor have threatened to terminate its contract with Transport for London in a dispute. They're suing TfL for several £1 million, and there's also a big thing going on about the ownership of the network and also the revenue split. And there's this, I think possibly this may signal the end of volume guarantees. But we'll keep you, if there's any further developments on that, we'll keep you up to date with that. Interesting thing that happened last week on October the 14th. Nigel Davis tweeted Alan Sugar and his son Simon. For those of you who don't know, Simon is the CFO's AM screen, who have, if you go into petrol stations and so on, you'll see their screens around there. The tweet was, how about having a campaign on your screens to support Wales in the Rugby World Cup? And they went through the idea, the creative work and the delivery, and it was out in 56 minutes, which I think is probably a record. So well done to Amstream for being so immediate. But it also makes, we're talking about content, thinking about what goes on your screens. If it's immediate, it has relevance to people. So that's something you should need to consider as well. The exhibition in the Lincoln Center in New York, some real interesting stuff down there. But was interactive hangers. So when somebody is in a store, they pick something off the hanger, immediately the digital signage around it kicks in, and it talks about that particular product and so on. Now, this, though we're talking about interactive hangers, the technology in this could actually be adapted to a lot of different things. So, again, use your imagination. Upcoming events and exhibitions, we've got Media Pro in Olympia in London from the 1st to the 2nd of November. In Italy, because I know we've got a few people from the continent. There's you've got in Milan the beginning of November. 2 shows of the same ilk. Customer engagement. It used to be known as kiosk.com and Digital Signage Show. That's been held in San Francisco and the Javits, and then we've got coming up in Amsterdam the ISE in January, and a little bit more on that later. For our readers of the magazine, that will be coming out. In fact, I think it's actually due to be posted out to you tomorrow. If anybody isn't registered for the magazine, I'd urge you to do so. Get registered. You can have a choice of printed edition or alternatively a digital edition as well. And another thing which came up, which I thought was very interesting. In fact, we're going to be probably featuring, doing a little bit more on this in the next session in January. We wrote about it, the giant iTab, and one of the things which I found interesting was that it appears to offer something which is people feel very, very comfortable with. And if your organisation has apps or anything like that, it's something that can be loaded onto it. Looking in at the Gadget Show, guess what we see? They've actually got one themselves. So and this is a permanent item now, and they're using it for demonstration purposes. But very, very interesting, and I think there's going to be a lot of possibilities. It's brand new to the market. It's been put out, but we'll probably bring you more information on something like that because I think that is going to be certainly an interesting product in the future. Big announcement. We are going to be launching a resource guide, and this is going to be coming out next year as the most comprehensive guide to the digital signage industry in Europe ever produced. It's going to be published every 3 months. It's targeted at end users, integrators and consultants. The idea behind it is to generate project ideas. So if you are thinking, what can we use, what platforms can we use, it's going to give you ideas like that, plus a very comprehensive list of all suppliers out there. And so you've got, you can really, if you're an end user, you can really look and see what is available to you. The other thing we're doing is this is purely for end users. It's a free 1 or 2 hour consultancy service to registered readers. Tell us what you're trying to achieve. We can suggest ideas. I would stress this is not a technical service. We're not there to do it. What we're doing is really looking at helping you explore what digital signage has to offer.